Okay, I want to talk about this argument plan for Hamlet so that I make sure that you guys understand exactly what it is I'm asking for here. You should have chosen your particular topic, and what I want you to do in preparation to submit this plan for me is you're going to write down your thesis statement. And then once you write it down, I want you to go back and see if you can express it more clearly or more specifically. Now, this revision of your thesis might come once you've worked through this argument plan. So if it is scratched out or that and written over, that is completely fine with me. But I want you to understand that as you get into this argument plan process, that your thesis may change. And as it changes, be okay with that, but also make sure that you go back and revise it as necessary. So once you have that first initial thesis, that working thesis we'll call it, I want you to go on a piece of paper and brainstorm the reasons that you have for holding that position. Now, the reason that I ask you to do this particular part, let's say you picked a topic and you have a thesis and you can't come up with anything to say about it. Well, then you need to pick a different topic. So before this little brainstorming session will save you a lot of time. I don't want you to get deep in the weeds on proving a thesis and then realize you can't. So spend some time on that brainstorming step. Then from that activity, I want you to identify the 3 strongest reasons you have to prove your thesis. And those reasons are going to become your topic sentences. Okay, so what are the 3 reasons that you think what you think, that you posit the thesis that you posit? So I want you to list those reasons there. And then for each reason, I want you to dive into the text and list 2 or 3 examples that are going to support each point. If you have more than 2 or 3, list them all, okay? Because this is the evidence from the play that you're going to use to support your thesis. Now remember, you have to have 1 direct quote per body paragraph. So I'd like that to appear here too. For these examples, if you just want to give act, scene, and line numbers, knowing that you're going to discuss them, that's fine with me too. But I want to see a clear plan of how you're going to defend your position from the text, okay? And you're going to do that for each topic sentence or each point of support for your thesis, okay? Then, once you've finished all that, I want you to take a break and think, 1, do I need to revise my thesis? If you do, go back and do that. Then the second thing I want you to do is to identify at least 1 question or objection your readers might raise about your interpretation. In other words, how might someone disagree with your thesis or a supporting point? Okay? Because everybody's going to have different takes on things. And so I want you to think critically here. How might someone disagree with something that you're saying? How could they read the lines differently? How could they read the character differently? And then think about where in your essay you should place this objection. What body paragraph does it need to go in? Does it need to go in the conclusion? And then how will you handle the objection? Okay? And then this should be a good argument plan for you to follow as you draft. You will submit this plan to me, and I will approve it and make comments or recommendations before you actually start writing the rough draft. So it's really, really important that you spend a good amount of time on this document so that I know and that you know what you're doing, that you can do it effectively, that you're headed in the right direction. And if there's some additional evidence I can point out to give you, I certainly will. So please do your very, very best on this argument plan and let me know if you have questions along the way.